years. In his place, a statue of marble and bronze stood, cold and silent, a monument to a peace built on a lie. They called it the Golden Age. The Dent Act had crammed Blackgate Penitentiary, and organized crime was just a ghost story, but that peace was fragile. From the rooftops, John Blake watched the city. He wore a simple mask, not a cape. He'd found the cave, the gear, the legacy. But he wasn't him. And down below, a new evil festered. Not mobs, but something more feral. The Sons of Silence, a gang rising from the forgotten sewers, led by a phantom named. They didn't want money. They wanted chaos. Meanwhile, in Florence, Italy, a retired Bruce Wayne sat at a cafe. His hair was streaked with silver, the limp from Bane long gone. Across from him, Selina Kyle sipped her espresso. "You're doing it again," she said softly, watching, listening. "We're retired. Bruce, you're dead. Remember?" Bruce tried to smile, but his eyes were distant. He tried to believe Gotham was in his past. Really did. But the past has a way of finding you. That evening, a package arrived. No return address. Inside, a single charred Joker card. And a tablet. Bruce turned it on. Grainy video showed Gotham burning with chaos. The police were overwhelmed. On a pile of rubble stood a figure in twisted, blood-red armor. Azrael. "The bat is dead." A modulated voice growled, "I am your new salvation, the fire that purifies." The video showed him executing hostages. The feed cut to black. Selina stood in the doorway, her face pale. "Don't," she whispered. Bruce saw his reflection in the dark screen, the old man, the tired warrior. But the fire was still there. "It's not about what I owe them," he said, his voice dropping into that old, familiar growl. "It's about what I am." Returning to Gotham was like slipping into his own tomb. Bruce Wayne was dead, so he moved like a ghost. Back to the hidden waterfall, back to the cave. Dust and silence greeted him. The bats were still there. The computer logs showed John Blake's desperate, failing attempts to track Azrael. The man was League of Shadows trained. Bruce walked to the suit display. The old armor was battered and broken. He needed something new. Faster, stronger. A wraith and a tank, all in one. For 3 days, he worked, welded, coded. He pulled on the gray Kevlar, bolted on matte black plating, and donned a new, thicker cowl. Under a top, he found a prototype vehicle. A sleek Predator, he called the Hellbat. The engine roared to life, shaking the cave. "I'm back," he whispered. The Sons of Silence were moving military weapons, confident and loud. Suddenly, the streetlights popped, plunging them into darkness. A flare hissed to life. And there he was, a shadow, bigger and heavier than the Blake kid they mocked. Batman didn't glide. He impacted the pavement, cracking it. It was primal terror. He moved with brutal efficiency. A brawler, fueled by rage. A thug opened fire with a submachine gun, bullets sparking off the new chest plate. Batman walked through the storm of lead, unfazed. He grabbed the man. "Where is Azrael?" The thug wheezed. "He's everywhere. He's watching." Batman looked up at a security camera. "I know you're watching," he growled. "Tell him I'm coming." Blake had gone after Azrael alone. It was a trap. In a warehouse, Azrael stood over the bleeding young man, a superheated sword in hand. "You are a pretender," he said. As he raised the blade, the skylight exploded. The Hellbat crashed through, slamming into Azrael. Batman stepped out. Azrael laughed, removing his helmet. It was Champao Valley, a former Wayne Enterprises consultant Bruce had fired for being unstable. "The prodigal son returns," Champao sneered. The fight was savage. Champao was younger, faster, his suit augmented. He hammered Bruce, denting the armor. "You think you can save this city with punches?" He taunted. But Bruce was smarter. He took a hit, used Champao's momentum against him, and then triggered a powerful EMP blast. All electronics, died. Azrael's suit froze, trapping him inside his own armor. Bruce stepped out of his own dead exoskeleton. He was vulnerable, but he was free. He walked to the immobilized Azrael. "You have the strength, the tech, the training," Batman said, panting. "But you lack compassion." A single cross to the jaw, and it was over. The sun rose. The city was safe. On the GCPD roof, the new acting commissioner, Barbara Gordon, looked at the repaired bats. "They'll come for you," she said. "The government, they know you're back." "Let them come," Batman replied. "Are you staying?" she asked. He looked out at the city, still dirty, still dangerous, but alive. In the shadows, John Blake waited, suited up. "Gotham will always need a Batman," Bruce said. He paused, a faint smile on his lips. "But for tonight, yes." He fired his grapple. The cape snapped open, and the Dark Knight returned to the Gotham sky. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.